This is a man who has pitted himself against the furies of nature and has not been found wanting. This is a man that could easily... Oh, and he gets Dakota down! One. No? Yes, he gets Dakota down. Dominic Menaldi finally gets a superior position. Oh! And he gets Dakota over. Your winner.
He is throwing this bear around, folks. He's been trying this all match. Finally got him down.
After nearly 30 minutes, Dominic Menaldi finally is able to at least break the balance of this bear.
And you know what, Doc? Dom is not used to losing.
No. And he wants to go some more. You hear, I don't know if you can hear this, but Dom Menaldi saying he's the king. He's the king. He's got to say, oh, your winner. 3-time world's most dangerous bodyguard, dangerous, Dominic Menaldi. Doc Marley here with a cursory look with Dominic Menaldi. Dom, I only have one question for you. I'm sure everybody at home has the same question. What were you thinking getting in the ring with Dakota the Bear?
Well, right now I was kind of nervous because the bear was, seemed like he was biting pretty hard, and he seemed pretty ornery.
Yeah, now, I noticed that for the first couple rounds you kept your jacket on. Was that mostly out of basically the last bit of common sense you had to keep the bear away from the skin?
Well, I was supposed to wear some kind of leather or jeans in order to keep the scratching and biting down, but I decided just to go out there with a tank top. You know, before I wore my leather, I was wearing this jacket right here.
Now, Dom, I'm going to ask you something. Now, the folks sitting at home, they can't see. Dom's arms have got to be about 24 inches. Dom, how did you get up under this bear? And what exactly are you doing when you're pushing his head back like that? Why don't you explain to us?
Well, my arms ain't 24 inches, but the bear's trying to bite me a lot, and he was biting hard. So I was trying to keep my face away from him because he was actually going for my jugular. I think it's just a natural reaction for him. So I was trying to keep my head down and keep my arms extended to keep the bear from biting me.
Now, did you during this fight? I saw your cut man kept checking your chest. Here you are checking your chest right now. How deep was the initial bite wound there on the corner of your chest?
Well, it felt a lot worse because I had bruises covering my whole body, and anyone that knows about injuries, bruises hurt worse than cuts because cuts actually relieve the blood. Leave your body, relieves pressure. Right there, he's biting me. He's biting me in the face, and I mean, he was, he's just playing. We got to realize he's so powerful that his playing is you're fighting for your life. It's like a cat and mouse for him. He gives just enough pressure to keep you around because he likes to play so much that if he knows he just wipes you out right away, he can't play with you no more.
Now, let me get the record straight here. This Dakota the Bear is a Kodiak Grizzly Bear, if I'm not mistaken.
Alaskan grizzly.
An Alaskan grizzly bear, okay. And this bear has all his claws, has all his teeth, and actually is not even full grown yet.
No, he grows about a pound a day. When I wrestled him in the Big Bear, I think he's around 772. And when I wrestled him here, he was 801 on a truck scale the day before.
Now tell me what happened here with the bear. It looks like you were trying to get on top, and he just reached around and slapped you down. What happened?
What's amazing about this bear is he's learned to wrestle. I mean, every time I wrestle him, he's learned moves. And when I went in the ring with him this time, he wouldn't let me throw him on his back. And he gets a little ornery with me because he does not like to lose in front of Randy. He wants to win. I mean, it's amazing how intelligent he is.
Oh, man. I don't mean to interrupt you here, champ, but I got to ask you a question. How did it really feel to have that bear sitting on your chest?
Well, he was sitting on you. It's kind of like you were in a shock. You just kind of, I mean, you just don't realize you're really there. It's like a dream. And the bear is just removing. Like, he's sitting there just playing with it, and he's biting and snapping. And he was being distracted by the photography because he's not used to that light. If it would have been bright sunlight, he'd have probably been more adapt to it.
Oh, a couple times I've seen. Looks like Dakota's got you on, by the ear or on top of the head or something. Did you suffer any real big bites on the on the top of your head or anything like that?
I had scratches, cuts all over my whole body. I had nothing that was life-threatening, but I had every single piece of my body had some kind of scrape or cut on it. I mean, there was nothing that was going to kill me, but I tell you what, Dakota just playing. He put me in my place a lot of times, and I was trying to get him over here.
Yeah, notice here, you're actually trying to ride him. You rolled him up. What's up?
I actually knocked the wind out of myself rolling the 800-pound bear over top of myself.
My word.
I was kind of out of it a little bit right there, and I wanted to. He was really making me mad the way he was biting and snapping at me, because he was really biting hard, and even Randy got bit real hard.
Man, folks, this has to be one of the most incredible things. I'm glad that you've had a chance to see it. I'm glad that I had a chance to see it. I'm Doc Marley. I've been your host for this entire evening extravaganzas. Dangerous Dominic Menaldi, Dakota the Bear, incredible, incredible, incredible. All I can say is thank you once again, and we'll see you next time. The media attention has been nothing short of a feeding frenzy. Why don't you tell us what's been happening with the media and you from this event?
Well, there's animal activists had a stroke just about, because they just seen partials of the bear. They thought the bear was being tortured, and it was every single news media in the Los Angeles area got a hold of me, and then people from all over the nation, because it came on the Associated Wire, and I was having phone calls for 4 days after the event, every single minute of the day, all 24 hours a day. I was actually going out of my mind. I had so many phone calls.
You mean to tell me that that after this happened, basically you've been mobbed by the media then?
Well, I've heard it on Good Morning America. It was on ESPN. Guys were referring to it. I heard it on Dan Rather or somebody, the big news. I was on everything from the Comedy Central to Inside Edition had it on. I was called by just about every radio station, every newspaper. Everybody was calling and wanted to hear what happened. And a lot of them were on my side, and some of them weren't. A lot of them didn't know what was going on. They just wanted the story.
Man, Dom, I have to ask you this once again. If it's your wishes, do you think you're going to do anything like this again?
I would do it right now. I would wrestle Dakota in front of a judge. I mean, if he didn't like it, he can put me in jail for the rest of my life. I tell you what, that bear likes to wrestle. Anyone that says he doesn't know anything about bears. I tell you what, Dakota and me, Dakota can be the biggest wrestling star, not only by weight, but just by his heart in this country. He can take over everybody. That bear is just unbelievably awesome, and I love Dakota. Even though I'd like to wrestle him, and he likes to bite a lot, but beside that...
Love bites, right?
He likes to bite. But he's just trying to put me in my place to show me who's boss. Like I said, he's a bear. He uses any advantage he can, because it's just natural instinct. Like I said, I really like Dakota. And if we can wrestle again, I'll do it. It's up to Randy Miller, and it's his decision. And he's got a business to have a reputation, and he has one of the best reputations in the animal training business.
I'd like to just say a couple things about Randy Miller. It's come to my attention that he actually caught a bit of flack from this whole thing, and I would just like to say personally, from knowing Randy, myself, and a few other people around time, Randy's done a lot for animals that have been near extinction, and especially being able to breed rare animals in captivity and things like that. And I think he might be getting a bad rap on this side, but we'll see what happens next time. Dom Menaldi, I want to thank you real quick.
Thank you, Doc. You did a good job on this.
And, folks, this is Doc Marley for IPPV.com. Definitely, we will see you next time.
This intra-species happening is going to take off in popularity. We'll just show it to you, though. Dakota, the 800-pound grizzly, was scheduled to wrestle Dominic Menaldi, a 300-pound powerlifter. Now, you'd think Dominic would be the hardest to coax into the ring, but apparently Dakota wanted nothing to do with the event. So trainers tried food to no avail. Finally, they caged the animal, put it in the ring, then let him out. He still bolted. He wanted to leave again. They finally used music to calm him down, and he stayed in the ring. Bad news for Dominic, since Dakota does have claws and teeth, as you watch this. He even bit him once. Apparently, he knows a wrestling move or two. A nice little takedown there, but one small victory for man. He actually did pin the bear Dakota there for just a minute.
Recall amateur bear wrestler Dominic Menaldi was set to spar with an 800-pound grizzly named Dakota yesterday at the Hollywood Park Casino At first, it seems that Dakota couldn't care less and had to be coaxed into the ring with more than 30 pounds of raw chicken. Menaldi was knocked to the mat a few times, but Dakota ended up on his back, too. Both sides claimed victory.
He says it will educate people about the animals and hopefully protect them. Critics, though, say it's animal cruelty. We'll have a live report.
And animal rights activists have launched a campaign to get these wrestling matches banned. Our Jaime Garza joins us live from Huntington Beach with details on this controversy. Jaime?
Well, Terry, I can tell you this. Animal rights activists are so outraged about Sunday's wrestling match that they are now seeking legal action. Now, the Bears owner says what they saw probably did not look all that good because the bear was spooked, and it took them over an hour to calm the bear down for the bear to gain enough confidence to wrestle. Animal rights groups say they are listening, but they're not buying it.
Now, this guy's carrying a stick.
Two people with opposing views about the treatment of a bear named Dakota.
Do you care about this bear?
Of course.
What do you know about bears? Tell me something.
My entire life to animals.
Okay, tell me one thing you know about a bear.
Let's see the video.
Animal rights activist Anna Park says what she sees is barbaric. She says putting the 3.5-year-old grizzly on display at the Hollywood Park Casino is cruel.
It isn't like we're sitting there with electric prod torturing this animal. He comes out, all he's doing is wrestling.
But wrestler Dominic Menaldi says getting in the ring with the 800-pound bear is just a way to educate the public about these powerful animals.
What we're trying to do is show people how smart bears are and how intelligent they are, how they can learn things, and how they have human-like qualities. And we don't deserve to go out in the wild and butcher and kill them.
This harkens back to gladiator days where an unwilling gladiator is forced into the ring to do something that he doesn't want to do. And clearly this animal did not want to do some of the things that he was being forced to do.
Park says you can see Dakota run away, a clear sign that he's afraid. Menaldi says the reason for that is that he was just out of his element. He showed her video of the bear at his owner's home in Big Bear, trying to convince her that Dakota is in good hands.
Isn't it sport to wrestle?
Yeah, but it's fun for the bear. You see, do you
well,
know
but he doesn't really have a choice.
Why'd you watch her and see him?
But doing that is not about to lessen the criticism. A Santa Ana attorney, on behalf of several groups, is pushing the district attorney's office to file charges against the bear's owner, Randy Miller. He's citing a California penal code that anyone fighting a bear for amusement is guilty of a misdemeanor.
Is this the most evil thing? No. And is Dominic a bad person and is Randy Miller a bad person? No, I'm not saying that.
Park says Dakota is probably well cared for, but that's not the point. She says if Menaldi and Miller really want to teach the public to appreciate bears, then they should leave them in their natural environment. She says that would be the best way to show respect. Well, Dakota is reportedly kept in a 2-acre pen up in Big Bear, and this bear has also appeared in several movies. Now, Mr. Miller has said, and he wants to make it clear, that he has done nothing illegal, that he obtained all the necessary permits from the county. We're live in Huntington Beach. I'm Jaime Garza, KCAL 9 News.
Everybody, I'm Mark Brown.
And I'm Michelle Tuzzi. Our top story at 4:30. It is a bear fight involving a 300-pound man that has activists calling for all participants to be prosecuted for animal cruelty. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda has the very latest on our top story.
It's a match between human and bear. Dominic Menaldi going to the mat with Dakota, an 800-pound grizzly. The wrestling match took place Sunday night at the Hollywood